Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you and see you. How are you, Deshawn?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I'm tired.
I already know. So we're not going to be long, okay? I want you to get some rest.
These people crazy. They keeping me up all night. These kids. We had an episode party last night. So my daughter, she invited 5 wild girls.
Hey, that's what the kids do. Get with it, okay?
These are not kids. These are adults.
These are adults. Oh, that's right. I forgot. They are. They're trying to find their way, and you're trying to push them out the house.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I'm so happy to have you on the show. You're so cool. You got your hat on. Is it cold where you are?
It's full of snow. This is New York. Where are you?
I'm in Indiana, so we're full of snow too.
Oh, it's packed up here, but I'm gonna be able to get out because they plowing. So.
Okay. Before we begin, I want everybody to like and share this video. We're getting ready to meet an amazing man with an amazing show. Richard, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Deshawn. Thank you so much.
Yes, well, we love reality TV shows, and especially those centered around the church, because the church is a reality. And hey, what better way to show people the behind the scenes things that sometimes they don't see on the pulpit. They see the first lady. I'm a pastor's wife.
Are you?
I am. Jesus. Bless the Lord. Help the Lord.
How about Jesus? I know.
So, they see the big hat, they see the this and that, but there's a story to tell. And what better way to tell it? So tell us about this show. Describe the show in general and tell us about each character.
Okay. Well, this show is called The Rev, and the story centers around me. Now, people have said, Deshawn, that I'm eccentric and over the top and a little crazy. I don't see any of those things. I don't see it. Don't start. I'm just normal. So it's about me and this crazy church in New York, because we have an open door policy in my church. You don't have to come shake my hand. We don't have a dress code. We don't do any of those things. So it's my real church. My mother started this church 25 years ago.
Okay.
And I've been pastoring it for 20 years. I didn't choose to be the pastor. She said the Lord told her. I was like, tell God to call me because I ain't heard from him. So she said God told her. I was like, well, he told you to do it. What do I have to do with this? I'm on the road with Mariah Carey, and I'm doing road trips for Kelly Price and all these people. So I come back. My mother has this little prayer group going in her house, and it goes from one person to the next person. Then I end up being the pastor.
Wow.
And so the show talks about the church and this choir that can't sing, and I'm used to, no.
Are you serious, Richard?
Listen to me. I've been traveling to Japan. I've been in Japan 150 times, Europe, teaching choirs all over the world, working with Kelly Price, Mariah Carey, Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, Michael Jackson. Doing these big choirs, Grammy Awards. And so now I have this church choir, these local yokels, and I've been telling people there's not a Shaka Khan in the group. There's Shaka Khan. We won't. And Patty Cowbell, because none of these people can sing. So you're going to see all that dynamic. And then you're going to see me with my 2 grown children. They're grown, Deshawn. They're over 25. They're under 30, over 25. My daughter, she collects college degrees for a living.
Well, she's doing something, Richard. She's doing something.
She's not making any money. She has a bachelor's and 2 master's degrees, too. Yeah. And she just applied for a PhD, but she doesn't have a job.
Okay. We're going to help a sister out, Richard.
Do something. And my son is a full-time musician. He's been with me to Africa, to China, to Japan. And he just does 24-hour concerts in the basement. And we only see him when he's going to the refrigerator.
Okay.
And the first lady here in the house, she runs the hotel,
she's
the Hartley
beautiful.
Hotel.
And she's beautiful.
She's beautiful. Yeah, she's beautiful. And her beautiful self runs this hotel, and she cleans and she makes up the kids' beds and she does their laundry. She cooks their food. And she does their laundry. I think she brushes their teeth. I'm not sure. Because she says these are still her babies. And I'm dealing with all this foolishness. And that's the truth.
Wow. You know what, Richard? I'm happy that this is being brought out. Because this is not, I know it may seem like this is not the norm, but in this day and time, you're not the only one who has this issue, especially PK kids, because it's a special dynamic. You don't want to smother them, but at the same time, you have to give them that extra attention because of what they've been around, what they've experienced. It's a different journey. Or okay, am I making an excuse? Am I signing?
Look at my New York lips.
Well, you're from New York. I'm not buying it.
No.
Let you know I'm not buying. Okay.
These kids of mine, because I have a wonderful church. It's not Greenleaf. No, the deacon is not, behind doors with the church mother. It's not that nobody's pulling hair and snatching weaves. That's another show in Atlanta. We don't do that.
Okay.
And so this is easy. So my kids are just pampered and spoiled.
Okay, I got you.
They have a whole community. Everybody, they still call them by their nicknames, Mookie and Sushi. They're like 90 years old. They have AARP cards. They're getting ready to retire and get a pension from I don't know what because they've never done anything. They're old and they're spoiled.
Okay. And so this show is kind of showing that dynamic.
I'm trying to get them to launch out into the deep. They're saying, we're not going nowhere. Why should we go here? Free food, free internet, don't have to pay any rent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got my own room.
Yeah. Richard, how do you feel about exposing this side of your life? Because listen, to be honest with you, we have to understand that a pastor's role it's so it's you're walking on eggshells because people look at you as being perfect. They look at your family and they expect that because of who you are. And the reality is it is not always like that. Most of the time it's the opposite. And It is what it is. Again, I'm not making excuses, but no one wants to talk about this so that maybe they can come alongside and maybe help. Or,
Yeah. Well, Deshaun, Jesus was the only one that walked the earth perfectly.
Yeah.
I tell the people, I just got delivered from cursing Tuesday. So don't push me because you might meet Peter, might curse you.
Jesus.
Look, and so, but with our show, and we understand that and exposing them to the world, but this show is really about family.
Yeah.
It's about family fun. It's like I said, it's no drama. It's not about being perfect. It's really showing the dynamic of an African-American family. It's like the Jeffersons meet 227.
Yeah.
A good time, know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And invite some of the Huxtables. Some of them. You can't invite Bill. You're showing.
Richard, we gotta forgive. We don't even know.
I forgave him. I just can't invite him. That's
okay, I understand. Okay, I got you.
And I'm like the George Jefferson of the group because we just acting up. But it's showing America, is giving them a peek into a Black American family.
Yeah.
Our normalcy, our uniqueness, what we have to offer, the same challenges of any other American family. It just happens to be a family that has a church.
Yeah.
But I was a New York City guidance counselor for 25 years. Wow. And my wife is a nurse. You know what I'm saying? So we're not picking the church. This is a small church. It's not Greenleaf. It's not even Blue Leaf.
Okay.
If you got a leaf anywhere, it's maybe 100 people in the congregation. And of course, you only see 50 of them a service.
Yeah. Yeah, understood.
And only 20 of them give offering. So it's not about, it's not a pimp show. Whatever we have and whatever we've done, we worked hard for it. Yeah. So they're going to see a real gospel family. We all sing what they try to sing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of that, Richard, let's talk about your musical career because, hey, that's your background. Tell us about that.
Well, I grew up in the church, Church of God in Christ, to be exact. I grew up in that church, and I was directing the choirs to Deshaun at about 5 or 6 years old.
Wow!
God gave me the gifts to hear parts. My brother was playing; he was a piano protege. He was a virtuoso at 7.
Oh wow!
At 7 years old, they kicked us out of music school. The teacher says, "Don't waste time paying because they hear by ear. They just can play whatever they hear." So we weren't reading the notes anymore. Just
Yeah.
So I'm directing the choirs at 7, and my mother quit the choir because I told her, "Ma, you off key. That's the wrong key." And she's like, "This little boy would not be telling me how to sing." So she quit. So I'm directing all of the adults till about 25 years old, and then I got in Mama I Want to Sing. I don't know if you've ever heard of that show.
Yes, Mama, I remember the play.
Yeah, I was in that play, and when I got in that play, the church put me out of the church.
I remember those days. Listen, Richard, I may have seen you because that came to my city in Birmingham, that play, and I was younger, but I went, so I might have seen you.
Yeah, we did that play all over the country, all over the world.
Yeah.
And so I had to leave the church because I was in a show. The show went to Japan in 1988.
Okay.
Then I started teaching choirs. I meet a lot of friends all over the world. Japan. I've been in Japan 150 times.
Wow. Yeah. You look a little Asian.
Yeah, I do.
Can I do your nail? Your nail? You get a girlfriend for your nail.
You look hungry. You want full black girl? You better stop. Those are my friends. And I went all over Europe.
Yeah.
And then my reputation got into the industry. If you want a good choir, call him. So I would get called to put together choirs for Mariah and movies for Diana Ross, and work with Michael Jackson, and Grammy Awards, Soul Train Music Awards, all those things. So people knew me as that. I was like Maddie Morse Clark.
Yeah.
Sitting a note, that's not the wrong note. And I would throw things, You
throw that shoe, that Adidas.
I threw shoes, but I threw cups and all type.
Stuff.
And so a friend of mine 3 years ago came to my church and said, "You are crazy." I said, "I want to film you in choir rehearsal." So Deshaun, he filmed me. That tape went to somebody, they were laughing. It went to somebody else, they were laughing. It ended up in Hollywood. And 4 networks offered us a show. And we end up on USA, and now I'm talking to Deshaun.
How amazing.
I don't know, no audition,
Yeah.
no going out there, having meetings. I did none of that. I didn't meet the people at NBC USA until we had the deal signed. And they wanted to meet me. They signed it off of the tape of choir rehearsal and of me dealing with these grown dinosaur kids of mine.
Hopefully they'll take some notes of Dad's journey, and they'll get it. But they're gonna get right. I'm telling you, Richard. I have faith in them, so you have to too. Okay.
I lost my faith. I told my son and my daughter, the only dates y'all have are court dates to pay for traffic tickets. They don't have any.
Yeah. But it's okay. But Richard, I love to hear people's backstory.
Yeah.
Because the backstory will encourage and inspire them to, I can do what Richard's doing. And you're a pastor. And a lot of times when you were talking about, people will say, well, if you do this, you went into the world. I'm sure you may have gotten a little flack when you start working with certain artists, but at the same time, God, that's where you didn't?
No, I did, but it was the strangest thing. My teenage years, my church's conviction of me was, you so Hollywood. You so Hollywood. Because I didn't necessarily do the suit with the bow tie. I come to church with a turtleneck and shades on. And they was like, you are so Hollywood. This is not Hollywood. You so Hollywood. And look where I ended up.
Yes.
Because I was being my true self. And God is the world, but the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. If Jesus was here, he wouldn't be at the convention or the convocation. He'd be out in the world.
Absolutely.
Where he's supposed to be.
Yes, that's it. And I believe that God has planted who he knows will do what needs to be done. Like you said, be themselves. But at the same time, you never know when you have to give someone a word.
That's
and
right.
we keep giving each other words. We're getting pulled. We're getting pulled off the stuff.
Each other's soup.
Yes.
We drink the soup, and the world is hungry for the living bread.
Thank you.
And we're drinking each other's soup. And how do we attract these people? We have to have love. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And show them a sense of normalcy. I tell people, I'm a Christian. I'm saved, sanctified. I felt.
Did you just quicken?
Look, but we're not a cult. You know what I'm saying? We're normal people with normal passions and feelings, and we like to bowl, and I like the movies, and I like jazz, and I love Luther Vandross. Got to meet him a couple of times, and I can listen to some good Stephanie Mills, and I don't think God minds, because you're on a honeymoon, you're on a romantic thing. You don't need to bring Shirley Caesar to talk about Hold My Mule. You need to bring Maxwell and Sade. We don't need to be doing that. And people, what?
Balance, absolutely. That's it. That is it. I love it, Richard. Okay, so what's next for Richard? I know we got the show, so the show is enough. But what's next, Richard?
Well, I have a new single out called Highway. I have a new single out. It's out on all digital platforms, they tell me, because I'm too old to keep up with these Twitter feeds and hashtagging and ticking and talking and rocking and ricking. I don't have time for all that. But they say it's out. And the unique thing about this single, Deshaun, is the choir is all Japanese.
Oh my gosh.
Tokyo Somatic Squad. Most of them don't speak English. You close your eyes, you think you're listening to Ricky Dillard or something. I've been training them for 20 years. Some of the soloists are singing lead with me. They're Japanese. So when if we put the single out, we have a video. When the video comes, you're going to see they're Japanese.
We have to make sure we get it, Richard, here. And really
I will. We're going to throw the video out in a week or two because the single is out now.
Okay.
And so we're pushing that. And of course, doing the show and, trying to keep the church together in the pandemic. And we can see whatever God has next, whatever train he pulls into the station next, we're going to hop on board it because that's what life is about. Following God's will for your life.
Absolutely. Richard, you have been wonderful. I don't want to hold you too long. We can talk more, but I want to hear, first of all, tell us how we can watch the show, what network, all of that. Go ahead. This is your time.
So you can see the Rev. It comes on 10:30 p.m. every Thursday night, Eastern Standard Time. That would be Central or Mountain, something for Indiana. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, we're Eastern Standard Time, so we're there.
Okay, and on the USA Network, look up USA Network. It's a huge network, and this is a big thing for us.
Yes, absolutely.
This is under NBC, their first Black full family they haven't had any programming in a couple of years, and we're it. So we need our people to dial in, DVR it, prophesy about it, speak over it, share it, tarry over it. You do what you can.
Remember those days? I was there. Okay, yes, but I think it is wonderful, and we have to support. The reason why sometimes things don't happen because we're not supporting. It doesn't mean that it wasn't good. It doesn't mean it wasn't quality. We did not support. So, yeah.
Need the support of everybody because it's clean. It's funny. It's family fun. You're gonna be laughing. Are they really like that? Mm-hmm. And it gives people hope.
Yeah.
Especially for our people in this climate, in this social climate, where we know all lives matter, but Black lives matter. Black lives are the ones endangered.
Yes, absolutely.
And so now we get to see us on a different platform. Mm-hmm. And as much as we hated what we saw with George Floyd, God has shifted it and said, no, I'm going to put another Black man here, my people. And we need to support that as we supported that because it's the same dynamic.
Yes.
But it's the same quest for equality. Deshaun, it's the same thing.
It is. It really
and if we don't have positive images, they will always see us as second-class citizens, which we are not. We built this great country.
Absolutely. We did. Yes. Positive images. I love that, Richard. And you may see the issues, the problems, but I saw the trailer and I love it. Again,
but the main problem is my wife can't cook.
Okay, I'm from the South. I'm from Birmingham, so I'm gonna come on set and hook her up. Okay.
No, please. She just makes macaroni. There's no cheese in it. Macaroni sticking together like a fraternity. Just won't.
But like I said, I'm gonna have to throw something at you. Where's my shoe?
Her macaroni sticks together like a sorority. I mean, there's no cheese.
You at Lita, aka Macaroni Alone, that Delta Macaroni Alone. Kappa. Are you Kappa? What are you?
I'm Black.
That's good enough.
Look, Pentecostal. I'm a Black Pentecostal Democrat. You need more information.
You're good, Richard. You are good.
Pray for me, Deshaun. Something's never.
It's very right. I'm so happy you can laugh. We need to laugh, Richard. We're in a pandemic. And hey, you're prospering in the pandemic. That's what you got to see.
Who does that? Only God does that.
Yes.
Only God can do that.
Yeah. You're amazing, Richard. Go back on set. Do your thing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me.
Please stay in touch. Thank you.
You know I will. Have a good one.
Bless you.
Bye.